Thing on 1FM 91.3. Good morning, it's the morning drive.
Baby, it's Wild Thing.
No, it's Thing.
It's Thing.
It was Thing. It was spelled Thang. Okay, I'm looking at the screen now,
Just
FD.
because someone doesn't know how to spell it doesn't mean that's not what he's saying.
All right, good morning. We are very happy to have with us Yamini.
No, Yamini.
Yamini.
See, this is my partner, no? We have Shalini here helping us out today, and we have Yamini with us, so suddenly it became Shamini.
Yamini from the Straits Times. She's a lifestyle correspondent. Hello there.
Hi. Yeah, Shalini and I became one person today.
Yes, they did. You did. And
I am so sorry. And you know what? I cannot see Yamini because of the screen here.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
but
pretend.
welcome back once again. So a very interesting article that is going to be out this weekend, right? All about the sakuras.
The Sakura display at Gardens by the Bay. Now, we all associate sakuras with Japan, but Gardens by the Bay has been doing this for like 10 years already. Has it evolved over that time period?
Yeah, so actually, I'm going to be honest, I didn't realize they had been doing it for 10 years as well.
Yeah.
When they started in 2016, they were really tentative. They called it an experimental display, and even that was 2 years in the making because they were just not sure they could make it work in Singapore in a climate controlled environment. So they call it small and quite humble, but I mean, 290,000 people showed up just to see the sakura. So they kind of had some learnings from that. They figured out how to sort of make it work in Singapore. They started bringing in more trees from different parts of the world, more varieties. So this year we're going to have 440 trees.
Wait, hang on. They brought in more trees from different, I thought sakura is Japanese.
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
So actually the first experiments with sakura, I believe it was with European sakura and New Zealand sakura and Chinese sakura. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it took a while before they kind of made that foray into actually Japanese sakura. But they've sort of developed relationships with the farmers,
Right.
and figured out because it's like they got to put these trees in like a container. They've got to be shipped over. They got to be unloaded, and then those branches are so delicate, right? They've got to be so careful about how they unload them and plant them in the dome. And, help them sort of flower in time. Because you don't want the trees to be there and not bloom.
Yeah.
Because...
This is true.
Yeah. I went to Japan to check out, how they do this. And they were just bare trees. Wait.
So I want to know, Yamini, when the trees were brought into Singapore, right? They were not blooming yet.
No.
So wait, how long does it take for them to flower?
So, I mean, I don't know that it's like a specific time.
Right.
I mean, because this is the thing. Even in Japan, they struggle to predict when exactly they'll bloom. But I'm told, I think this is sort of horticultural trade secrets. I'm told they've timed it so that for the display at Gardens by the Bay, they will start to bloom on March 8, and they'll continue to bloom throughout the display. So, maybe some will bloom by this weekend, some will bloom next week, and so on.
Okay. But it starts, right? It opens doors this weekend
actually,
on the 9th.
Yes. Yeah. So, but actually, if you've been at the Dome in the last few days, you've probably seen the trees starting to sort of, appear in parts of the display because it's a transition period. So you might be able to get a sneak preview, but I would say this weekend is, the big grand opening.
How are they doing this? Because sakura trees are not tropical.
Yeah, so I mean, it's basically down to the flower dome and how it's basically a greenhouse, right? A climate-controlled greenhouse. And actually, it's a trade secret. They don't tell us the temperature or how they maintain conditions in there to sort of help all these flowers bloom. So they started out with I think European flowers and sort of things like tulips and all. So I think they've basically figured out how to fine-tune their settings to help the sakura over the years, these 10 years of sakura. Yeah.
Wow.
And you had a chance to visit a sakura farm in Japan that supplies trees for this display. What was that like?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, it was at that time bare trees. Okay, it was mid-February. It was, still winter was there. It was like hibernation period. So lots of just brown trees and a very desolate landscape.
So they sent you to Japan to look at twigs.
Basically. But it was so fun to meet the farmer there because his family has been doing it since his grandpa's time. Actually, they started out selling the soil, but then basically they thought, if we sell the soil, we can sell the flowers.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're
Sell
gonna
soil, sell the flower. Yeah, makes sense.
We're gonna talk to Yamini more on Facebook, so please join us there live right now.
The Morning Drive. 1FM. Good times, greatest.
Yeah, there you go. She's learning as we go. This is good.
Yes. Okay. So yes, Yamini.
Stalola, you. Okay. So continue with this.
Yes.
So they sell soil and then sell flowers.
They decided to sell the flowers as well. So their main business is exporting within Japan to other parts of Japan. Singapore is the only country outside of Japan that they export to.
Wow.
So this year that particular farm has sent 220 trees. Basically, like, they have to uproot the tree very carefully and then put it into the shipping container, and it just takes 3 men to do that, which initially you might think, 3 men for a tree, but because those trees are so delicate, they've got to be so careful how they do it. It was really such a interesting process to see, like, how they do it so carefully and so thoughtfully as well.
So if they send to Singapore 200 odd trees, how big is this farm?
Oh, I mean, you can't see the farm. Like, it's. I don't even know how. It's 50 acres over a few different plots, but you couldn't stand there and look at all of it in one go. Basically. Yeah.
Grief, that's crazy. And this year, the event includes more than just trees, right?
Yes. So there's going to be. I mean, actually, the Flower Dome, it's kind of fun because they always have little sculptural displays and cultural elements, right? So this year they've got 2 different castles. One of which is the Phantom Castle. So this is interesting because the Phantom Castle, it's in Fukuoka, and there's a lot of controversy. Was there ever really a castle tower? There are castle grounds, but was there a castle tower?
Right.
Apparently this is I was like, it's there, we're looking at it. They're like, no.
Okay, wait, we just want to interrupt this because we've got a video of Yamini at the Sakura farm. All right.
No, this is not the Sakura farm.
Oh, this is not.
This is
the bamboo.
Yeah. Okay. Let me talk about the bamboo. There's also going to be bamboo lanterns that have been donated by the city of Kitakyushu, made by the citizens of the city, and they also cut down the trees themselves. And I got to cut down one of the bamboo trees.
Okay. We're gonna play it for you.
See, this is the important thing about Yamini's trip to Japan.
Yes.
She went to see twigs.
Yeah.
And cut down bamboo.
We're gonna play the video for you. Okay, of Yamini at the bamboo farm.
I'm trying to get used to the chainsaw.
Whoa, timber!
I don't know about bamboo. It sounds like my neighbor's renovating the house.
Yay!
Good job!
You did it!
So the bamboo that they cut from these forests will be used to make lanterns for their October Bamboo Lantern Festival, and they've donated about 130 of these to Singapore.
I've got to say that you in the helmet with the ear protection. It's a picture.
So cute.
It's a picture. It's cute. It's a picture.
Okay, so there's a rare Shidare Yoshino tree.
Okay, you all can stop showing off with this Japanese pronunciation and that.
Which even the Japanese people have never seen. This is going to be part of this year's display. Can you tell us what makes this tree so special?
Okay, right. So basically, this is a very rare variety that most Japanese people have not seen. It's a weeping cherry tree. That's basically what the name Shidare Yoshino means, because the branches grow downwards, almost like an umbrella-like canopy.
It's like a weeping willow.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yes. I love those.
Yeah, so it'll be great for photos. I don't know how exactly they've placed it in the Flower Dome, so I'm not sure if you can actually get right up to it.
Yeah.
But yes, it looks really beautiful. Basically, like a weeping willow, and with the beautiful sakura flowers.
Flowers.
Oh, wow.
We've seen those. I mean, I've seen photos of it because, can you believe it? Neither FD or myself have seen them up close,
so that
real.
blew my mind.
I'm 68 years old. I've never seen sakuras in Japan.
That blew my mind. But then I realized, yes, most of us in Singapore probably haven't seen sakuras. So actually, it's really nice.
But Singaporeans or anyone for that matter will flock to Japan or Korea just to see the cherry blossoms.
I agree. And I would like to reach out now to the Tourism Authority of Japan. I am available.
Hey, me too.
Carrie has
We'll just abandon the morning show and then we go.
No, we take the show with us.
Oh, yes.
And we do the show in amongst the sakura.
Oh, that would be so special. Okay, so the trees will be blooming throughout the month, right? When do you recommend people go for the best experience?
So actually, I mean, definitely this weekend because there's going to be an anime convention as well at the Super Tree Grove. So it'll be kind of like festive atmosphere. And inside the dome, I believe there's going to be tea ceremonies and performances. But also, if you want to go at night, I think that will be a great experience because they'll have the Phantom Castle be lit up with really beautiful lights, and the whole dome itself will sort of have like very atmospheric lighting, colorful lighting. So it'll be just a different way of seeing the sakura.
Yeah, because most people would be used to seeing the sakura in daylight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently Yozakura is a thing in Japan, nighttime sakura. The parks switch on the lights, people have picnics. It's a fun thing.
Wow.
Amazing.
I didn't know.
Okay, so this whole sakura blossom, it's happening at Gardens by the Bay, right?
Yep.
And then, there are different things that's happening as well with the castles and all that. Is there food? That's what I want to know. Japanese food or snacks?
There might be food this weekend because of the convention.
Yeah, I'm
the
sure.
anime garden that's happening. I believe there are booths as well. So, yes.
Can you imagine? It'll be nice, right?
No,
Going in there.
yes.
Some mochi.
Yeah.
Mochi or taco ball.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You're going to take your children there
Yeah.
to explain sakura to them. Actually, what you want is the food,
Hey, never go wrong with Japanese food, okay?
which is true.
That we can both agree
Yeah,
on.
that's for sure.
All right. So having gone behind the scenes, what was the biggest thing that surprised you or biggest takeaway from doing this story?
I think, the biggest thing that surprised me was just the amount of effort that it takes to think about bringing these trees to Singapore. I guess I took the flower dome for granted a bit, maybe and just the idea of cool
It's there.
flowers, yeah. Then it's like, oh, hang on, they've been preparing for so long, and they've had to work with all these farmers and these different people who have so much passion about their work. The horticulturist who was with us on the trip, Grace Young from Gardens by the Bay, she was actually shopping around in Japan at the vintage stores for things to add on to the display, like to props.
Oh,
What?
And I was like, oh wow, it's not just about pretty flowers. It's really like a cultural experience, for Singaporeans, and it's quite affordable as well, the tickets. So I was just like, oh, that's really cool. Not to try and be
No, and you stop to think about it. This is the Sakura Festival. There's a whole lot more.
Okay, we're going to go back on air right now. Sounds of the Chorus here on 1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits. So Young, 9:33 on the morning drive. Today on the show, we've got Yamini. She is from the Straits Times lifestyle correspondent, and she recently went to Japan to check out the cherry blossom trees.
And she visited a farm.
Yeah.
Of course, at this point, the farm with the trees doesn't have very much on it.
No. But it was an experience, right? Maybe, tell us the biggest takeaway from it all.
Well, I mean, let me tell you about sort of what we did at the farm. We got to actually see them uprooting a tree, and it was this finely tuned process of them digging a trench around and then wrapping a hemp around it and then wrapping the branches, and that's what takes the longest
Wait,
amount of
hang
time.
on. They do this by hand?
Yes. I mean, there's a bulldozer helping them and a crane helping, but it's just three men basically. They're doing most of the work there.
Good grief.
Yeah, and carefully wrapping the branches, and they can manage to uproot 8 trees in a day. 8 trees, that's not much at all if they're sending 220 trees to Singapore.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's a long drawn process.
It's a lot. It's really quite intense work that they were doing over there. So I was just like, wow, that's Japanese people, man. You can't fault them for their sort of craftsmanship.
No, that's true. That's
Okay.
true.
So at Gardens by the Bay, we are expecting 440 trees, right?
Yes, and about 48 different varieties of sakura.
And a very rare Shidare Yoshino tree.
Yes, so this is the weeping cherry blossom tree, which basically imagine a weeping willow in beautiful sakura form, with the branches curving downwards. And actually, I do want to add, this is probably the only place in the world you can see this many sakura varieties in one place.
Yeah,
Because you're not
exactly.
going to see this in Japan.
Yeah, because
That's
you
true.
see it in Japan. You've got sakuras in Europe. Washington has a beautiful sakura display.
Hey, and don't we have something in Singapore like a fake sakura that always blooms every year? Like a
Do we?
there's you know, at one MRT train tracks we always see like picture. Okay, I'll send you guys pictures.
Yeah,
I'll send you
please
guys
send us pictures. We'll do this for next time.
Okay, so the exhibition, well, it opens this weekend,
Yes,
right? Along
yes.
with an anime fest.
Yes, Anime Garden,
A
sort of mini
garden?
convention at Super Tree Grove. So that'll be free for anyone to just
Okay,
drop in
okay.
and check out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then aside from the flowers, there's also the Phantom Castle of Fukuoka.
Yes.
So they replicated all of that.
Yeah. So it's basically a lighting structure, a little 5 meters. That's not a big ass castle.
Okay, there's Yazakura nighttime experience. What is Yazakura again?
Your sakura, sorry, a nighttime sakura. It's basically when the parks turn out the lights and people have picnics around the sakura. Kind of like the festivities don't stop after the sun goes down.
Yeah, you see, this is the thing, and Gardens by the Bay has the ability to do this.
Exactly,
And I think that's the beauty of Gardens
I
by the
love
Bay and
it.
why it's so successful.
Yeah.
If you guys have not gone, I think the Sakura display would be a nice time to introduce yourself to what Gardens by the Bay has to offer.
And don't forget, it's going to be nice and cool in there. So
Yes,
if you
it
can't
will
go to
be.
Japan,
Exactly.
just pretend, okay? Make believe.
Make believe, make believe.
All right, thank you so much, Yamini, for joining us today. Yamini Chinnuswamy from the lifestyle correspondent from the Straits Times. The article is out this weekend.
Yes, this weekend, it'll be the live cover for Saturday.
Oh,
So,
okay, great.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hopefully pretty. Okay, I don't know how many pretty pictures of sakura there will be in there because we didn't see the sakura there, but we'll put at least one in.
All right, there you go.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today, Yamini.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
The Blind